So this is today's book order that came in. I gotta quit ordering these books. Now this one, I usually get a pretty good deal on the books that I buy, but in this particular instance, I paid. They weren't cheap because they're, of course, out of print, and secondly, hardcover, hard to find. I think I paid $45, and this is the Western Theria tradition, which is an old book, and what interests me about that is it kind of blows a hole in the folklore of the Western Theria tradition, what it is, what it was, what it's going to be. A lot of bullshit. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm not particularly interested in New Orleans. As a matter of fact, when I'm down around that area, I drive around it. I'm not into the Cajun, beads, drinking, party type stuff. But this caught my eye. I think I paid $45 for this. It's an old book, but there aren't that many of them around. It's The Myth of New Orleans in Literature, and I could be probably a victim of that as myself, meaning, they paint that place as just a bunch of drunken crazies, Cajun, mixed French, African Americans that do nothing but catch alligators and make jambalaya and party and drink all night, which is absolute nonsense. So that's why I bought the book. I'd be curious what they talk about with regard to stuff that I'm unaware of. I'm looking forward to reading this, The Myth of New Orleans in Literature. So many books like this. I can't wait till the book comes out about telling lies about Thanksgiving with indigenous people and the crazies that they met that propagated this bullshit. The Jewish primer. I joke about Jews, but not that often, but I probably shouldn't do it at all. And I joke about them in the sense that, I have the utmost respect for Jewish people. Wish I'd have been born Jewish. Even in the 5th century, they were recognized higher than normal IQs and large groups of people. This kind of spells it out in simple questions and answers. I'm sure I know most of what they're talking about, but if there's one or two questions that are asked that are answered, it may help me on Jeopardy down the road. Here's another one, The Indian Ideology. I'm not really sure the depth of this, but it is another simple. I always try and get hardcover, and this place makes mistakes here and there. I never bitch about it, but I'm glad to have it. It's replies to questions and criticism. This Indian thing really is, you could make a whole channel on it and never end. I'll get back with you on that. The Distraction Addiction. Definitely I have this. Had it for a long time. When you're 14 and they're trying to hold you back in school like they did me, and you threatened to run away if they did that. As you transition into later parts in life, nobody cares that you're distracted. You're just an old guy that can't stick to tasks. So I'm hoping that by the time I go tits up, I will have a better handle on this, because I definitely have this. This Abilify has helped me out a lot. I've had other things help me out temporarily over the years. Today, my sleep schedule's messed up, and I had a coffee, and now I'm drinking a monster drink, and it will exacerbate my attention deficit disorder. If their suggestion is don't drink stimulants, I'm going to throw this book in the trash. The Oxford Dictionary of Literary Quotations. Really good. A lot of bright people write. It's worth it. Again, in the back of my mind, it could always get me into the next round of Jeopardy. By the way, the lady that's emceeing Jeopardy now, that Marion Beliak, I think it's pronounced, she has a PhD in neurosciences. What a coincidence. Jewish, and was a famous actress as well. I think she's an excellent hostess. The Right to Die. This is interesting. Easier to do in Europe. You can do it in places like Oregon and Vermont, but you have to be terminally ill. Canada is introducing some new laws that you can die when you decide you feel it's the right time. You don't need a doctor to rubber stamp it. Just kind of some interesting reading. Professional Guide to Diseases. This is just kind of fun to look at. And I just skim through these. I certainly don't read them from cover to cover. But for $4.50, I said all along I get almost all my books through Better World Books, Mishawaka, Indiana. You can get them on eBay. Now, I had 2 expensive books in this group. Kind of. Usually I get around the 5, 6, but if I see something that interested me, The Elements of Copywriting, I'm going to start really ramming it up the ass of some of these people using my name on YouTube. I need a new hobby. And this whole stack of book was $100. You get discounts as you get more. So that's my new book order. Uploading my videos now.